Hello and welcome to a brand new episode of the Nerdpocalypse Podcast. I'm your host, Jay. I'm here with my co-host, Micah.
Hey.
All right, guys, we're back. Plenty to talk about, so we will get right into it. Micah, I guess you watched part 2 of Lupin.
I watched the first 2 episodes of Lupin and of part 2 of that show. And look, part 1 ended on spoiler alert. His son getting kidnapped. Omar Sy's character's son getting kidnapped, and it picks up right from there. Nice. And the end of the first episode, me and my wife were like, all right, we got to watch the second one, right? Like, we're not trying to binge it because there's only 5 episodes, but and they're short, they're like 45 minutes. Mm-hmm. But yeah, man, it's still good. Still a really interesting story with a really interesting main character who, for the life of me, I will never understand how nobody recognizes, because he's the biggest, blackest dude in all of Paris.
Right.
No matter what weird, disguise he puts on, he's still like the biggest, blackest dude in Paris. But it's cool. I like that show, man. I like it a lot. I'm glad it's back.
Yeah, no, it's very good. And it did incredibly well on Netflix, which is why you got part 2 so fast.
Yeah.
That was only earlier this year. Yeah, I haven't had a chance to dig into part 2, so that is definitely something I will check out. There's a review up. Mike and I watched Infinite on Paramount Plus. So check that out. That's the one with Mark Wahlberger and Chiwetel Ejiofor doing their best impression of a movie.
Look, if there was any reason to not get Paramount Plus, this is it. And if this is the quality of entertainment that's going to be on Paramount Plus, do not get it.
Yeah,
do not get it.
It's not a good selling point for them. No, we got a new movie.
Not. They better keep pimping Star Trek.
Yeah, big time.
And what else do they have? And The Good Fight. If you're my wife, who likes legal dramas, because that's it. This movie is not the reason to sign up for Paramount Plus.
I mean, the trailer for Picard season 2 looked really good. I haven't watched season 1, but I was pretty impressed. I might have to go back and watch that.
I mean, look, nobody here thought that Infinite was going to be good. We just didn't think it was going to be that bad.
Agree to disagree. I thought it was going to I thought that was going to be their Oscar bait. Really, they were going for it.
I mean, Jesus Christ, man.
Boy, did they swing and a miss. It's just like, what are you doing? So bad. So check out the review for Infinite in the Coming Distractions feed or on our YouTube page, youtube.com/thenerdpocalypse. All right, let's talk about Loki episode 2. Obviously, we're going to talk spoilers, so if you haven't watched it yet, maybe fast forward a little bit. This episode gives us a full reveal of the villain, the Loki variant. What do you think of this episode overall?
I like what Loki's doing. The show. I like what the show is doing. The show is being, this is very different. And of the Disney Plus shows, the 3 that we have seen or are seeing, this one is the one that at first I had no interest in.
Right.
And after seeing the first 2 episodes, I think that this series might be the thing that affects the MCU at large the most right now. Going back and watching and remembering Falcon and the Winter Soldier, which I enjoyed, but it was dumb fun, right? And ultimately inconsequential to the larger whole, right? Like, if you had just seen the movies, Steve Rogers passed the shield over to Sam, and in the next movie, presuming Sam's just going to be Captain America. Like, you didn't have to see Falcon and the Winter Soldier to still get that transition, right?
Mm-hmm.
Not saying I didn't like Falcon and Winter Soldier. I thought it was entertaining for what it was. It hit me in all the right spots that it needed to hit me with.
Right.
With like dumb military action and sci-fi stuff. WandaVision started off so bold, and it kind of boiled down a bit to the Marvel formula, which I'm not mad at. Like, I see people who are mad at that. I'm not mad at it because I like the Marvel formula, right? Like, I like this. I like the sitcom stuff a little more because I thought it was different and intriguing. And then, it played out. Whereas I think some people either like one half or the other half.
Right.
I kind of like both, but Loki, I feel like is Loki. Like I said, Loki, I think has the potential to really affect the MCU as a whole, in the most profound way.
Yeah.
Right. Like, and I'm sure you're going to bring up the thing that literally everyone has brought up, regarding, the Lady Loki, or is it?
Right. Yeah, we'll talk about that. But I really like this episode, and I saw somebody make this point. We'll talk about it in the question of the week, and I think it's a really good one. This, obviously it feels like a crime show, right? Like a procedural kind of mystery, like, of sorts. Not as much of a mystery as WandaVision. And someone said it feels like Hannibal, with Loki playing Hannibal, which I kind of like that. I like that point, right? It's like the cop being Morbius having to like use this quote unquote bad guy to catch another criminal, right? And, it's like you use a Loki to catch a Loki kind of thing. And that's been, that's sort of been a thing that's been used in a number of shows. Hannibal obviously being or Silence of the Lambs kind of being the most obvious one to me. I like that comparison because I think it's pretty accurate. Look, I think Tom Hiddleston is really good in this. It's nice seeing him back. He's great in this role. He fucking owns it. Owen Wilson is really good. This episode showing this Loki variant being this woman, right? Who, people are like, oh, okay, it's Lady Loki, I guess. I'm a bit apprehensive that it is. I think there's a little bit more there.
Yeah, you and literally everyone else on the internet. Like, that was the first thing that people ran to.
I mean,
right?
It's the most obvious part is she doesn't have dark hair. like when they show literally variants from other universes, all of them have some resemblance to Loki. I mean, one was like almost looking like kind of like the Hulk, but they have some level of look to him. And my guess, some people say, oh, it could be Enchantress controlling female Loki. I don't think there's a controlling anything. Like, that's
you saw Enchantress controlling the people in Roxmart or Roxcart,
right?
Or whatever.
Like, but yeah, I mean, I think that's like a a trick for what's going on there. But I don't think like overall.
No, that's some Mephisto shit, yo.
Right, like you guys got to let go of that. Like, I think that theory is terrible. But I do because that's like you introduce a character at like the 9th hour, like or the 11th hour. It's silly. No, I think it's the Enchantress, and I think she's figured out. This is just my wild, likely incorrect theory that she's figured out how to come up as someone's variant on the TSA's radar or TVA's radar. I think that's what she's figured out how to do. And so she was like, fuck it, I'll just come up as Loki, right? He's a villain and they'll go after him. So I find it intriguing. I mean, I don't know for a fact. I'm not going to say confirmed or anything. But yeah, I like this episode. I thought it was cool. I thought her switching control of the bodies and stuff was interesting. Like, that was a kind of a fun thing. Yeah, I dug it. Like, I like the idea of hiding out in, these major catastrophes throughout history was actually really clever. But yeah.
Which, by the way, just sucks to be you in 30 years, wherever that.
Yeah, it was in like Texas. Don't go there. God damn. Just threw that shit out there. Now, there also is, and I refuse to look it up, and I don't want to know, so don't tell me. There's a bunch of articles like, oh, in the credits, they might have given away something. I don't want to know. I don't watch the credits. Like, I don't sit and watch the credits.
It wasn't in the American credits. It was in the foreign language credits.
Yep. I'll never know. Don't want to know.
You wouldn't be able to see it even if you did watch the credits, for this episode.
Okay. That's fine. Good. And I
don't look at IMDb either.
No, I don't look at IMDb anyway. It's generally trash. But yeah, overall, I like this episode. I like where it's going. I like the sort of teamwork between Morbius and Loki. Look, Gugu Mbatha-Raw is too good of an actress for her to just be a judge. She knows more. She's a much bigger character than we're letting on. That's my one theory, not theory, is she's a much bigger character. I also have a weird theory that the Timekeepers, all of it is bullshit, including the TVA. I think it's a possibility it's all bullshit.
I mean, since we're speculating,
wild speculation.
I don't know much about the Eternals and the Celestials, but I know the Celestials all have like different things that like the Greek gods, everyone has their thing, everyone has their gimmick.
Yeah.
What is there any celestial that is like a time celestial?
I don't know. Time Morg, the ever changing.
The Celestials' names
are ridiculous.
Stupid.
They're dumb.
Like, come on,
Jack Kirby was wiling. Like,
he was on some real good shit.
He's like,
when he came up,
I don't know, the fucking Eternals, man.
When he came up with Devron the Experimenter.
Yeah, relax. I just watched a whole video about like the history of the Celestials. I was like I could feel my eyes glazing over in real time.
I know, yo. I appreciate the 20-minute video that you put out there, Bob, but nah.
Yeah.
Yo,
no, even he in the video was like, Jesus fucking Christ. Yeah, it was great, but no. Like, please don't go into that in Eternals. That's going to be super boring. Like, don't do that.
I'm looking at the list of the Celestials. I don't see one that is like the time Celestial. So,
I mean, what do you think, that she might be a Celestial?
Yeah, because if this thing, so the TVA is like this this entity that even Loki's like, wait, so this is the ultimate power in the universe?
Right.
And what is more of an ultimate power in a universe than a god? Right? Than a literal god.
Right.
Or, someone with so much power that they could be deemed a god, right? Like, the Asgardians weren't gods, but stupid humans saw them as gods because our brains couldn't comprehend their science magic. Right. But I don't know. And look, maybe this is just me. Look, the Celestials exist, right? We've seen them in Guardians of the Galaxy.
Right.
We've seen one in Guardians of the Galaxy. So I don't know. But for Infinity Stones to just be like paperweights in this world,
right? Where
I don't know. But I don't know. And it's nice to not know things.
Yeah, it is. And that's what I'm saying. I don't really want to know. Yeah, there's part of me that thinks like maybe the TVA is all bullshit. Like it's all bullshit. And it's an elaborate, not like a Mephisto type of thing, but there's something way more rudimentary behind it. Like maybe those aren't Infinity Stones. Like those are actually just fake bullshit, Yeah. And they're put there so that Loki does think that they don't have any power, So I don't know. Like it would be a fun reveal. I do know this, or I do think this, which is whatever happens at the end of this this show just breaks the whole multiverse wide open. Like, I think that's obvious to me. Like that seems like an obvious route to go. Some people think that
it feels like this is the show you have to watch.
You have to, yeah.
If you don't want to get lost in 2022,
right?
When like because this opens up all of the Spider-Man rumors, right? Of all the different Spider-Men and all these different variants of Spider-Man coming, appearing,
right?
Like it opens the door to all of that. So I don't know.
I gotta tell you, like, and again, I don't know. I haven't read anything. I'm just wild speculation. Yo, if at the end of this fucking season, it was like, oh shit, here comes another variant of somebody on Earth, yo, and it was like fucking one of the Spider-Men from the previous movie shows up, that would blow people's fucking doors off. Like, that would be a wild cameo. It's like, here's Andrew Garfield. Like, what the hell's the TVA? And then just like black. That would be,
you know what we're missing?
That would be amazing.
You know what we're missing? What's the next? Fucking Kang.
Yeah.
Kang. Yeah. All right. So,
I mean, that's the thing is Jonathan Majors was asked about that, and he was like, apparently like very coy about whether or not he's going to show up on the show.
Okay. All right. All right. I maybe he doesn't show up on the show. Maybe he does. It's
a long time to wait for Ant-Man Quantumania. Like, without showing that guy's face. It's a long time.
Yeah. I don't know.
I mean, if you look at the timekeepers, one of them kind of looks like Kang. He kind of does.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking Loki will get his audience with the timekeepers, one of them, and it'll be Kang. And I don't know what will become of that. But I don't know. It's exciting, man. It's exciting.
It is.
It's exciting.
All
Plus,
right.
I think I'm looking at this because I was trying to find Google Mbatha Raw's character's name. It's Ravonna Lexus Renslayer.
Yeah, she's an actual comic character.
Yeah, and I'm not getting too deep into it, but here they say partnerships.
Mm-hmm.
Kang the Conqueror.
Yeah, she has a romantic partnership with him.
Well, there you go. And if I was Jonathan Majors, I would do whatever I could to.
How do we write this into the script? Like, no, that's not the route we're going. But we should explore it, right? Like, I mean, as an actor, I'd like to go into all details I can. Yeah, I saw that. So,
all right, yeah,
never know.
That's my bold prediction that will be wrong. Is that Jonathan Majors will show up as Kang the Conqueror in the last episode.
Maybe
so we'll know 4 weeks from now.
Okay, so here you go. Here, I'll allow me to add on to your speculation. Maybe he's only known as Kang at this point. Yeah. He gets into a massive fight with the other timekeepers, and he wins, and thus known as Kang the Conqueror.
There you go.
So,
there you go.
Think about it. All right, lightning round this week.
You would think I would be ready, but I'm not. John Wick 4 adds another certified badass with.
That's not my title, by the way. That's
I see that. Hiroyuki Sanada, who was most recently in Mortal Kombat as Scorpion. He was originally set to star in John Wick 3 Parabola. as Zero, Wick's primary adversary in that film, but an Achilles tendon injury took him out of contention. What is he, a wide receiver? And he was eventually replaced by Mark Dacascos, who did an admirable job.
Yeah, he did.
I thought he was fine. in that role. Now history is rewriting itself because Sonata has reportedly been cast in John Wick 4, reuniting with his old 47 Ronin co-star Keanu Reeves. I did not see that movie. I didn't know he was in that movie.
No,
yeah, that's what I heard. That's what I heard. He will play a character named Watanabe. Plot details aren't, really known. I don't know why. It's John Wick. Who cares about the plot?
Nobody. You guys aren't there for that.
All right. Look, I'm fine with it.
Of course,
I'm fine with it. Just don't say, if you have to say "get over here," say it a little better. I didn't really appreciate it in the Mortal Kombat movie that you were in.
That's fair.
But who else is in this thing? Ian McShane, Lawrence Fishburne, Shamir Anderson, who was in Stowaway, Rina Sawayama, a British Japanese pop star. Ooh, you're speaking my language. Yeah. And Bill Skarsgård and Donnie Yen, all going to be in this thing.
That's fine.
I wouldn't say that I'm excited for a new John Wick, but I would see it.
Yeah. You think this should be the last one?
Yeah, I thought the last one should have been the last one. But they're going to keep going. And look, until they start getting really bad, until they start getting unbearably bad, not infinite bad. Infinite bad is way too, that's scorched earth.
Yeah, that's as far as I'm concerned. You can't allow the franchise from such high heights to go that low.
Yeah, if it gets infinite bad, I'm gonna have to not like Keanu Reeves anymore, and I don't want to have to do that.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
So, but yeah, I'll still watch these. I'll probably have to rewatch them to get the story.
I'll just start at 3
before this comes out.
I'm not rewatching 2. 2 is bad. Well, I've got
Was 2 the one with Common?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Common okay. Was the villain. All right.
All right.
You got a bulletproof suit. All right.
Them walking around shooting each other while they're walking through this crowded. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
No.
All right.
Yeah, I was done with that. Thank you. All right. Next up.
Disney Plus moves its original series releases to Wednesday after Loki was the biggest debut yet. All of the Disney Plus shows will be moving to Wednesdays instead of Fridays. Good. The release day shift of upcoming Disney Plus series like Monsters at Work and Turner and Hooch comes in the wake of the monumental success of Marvel Studios' Loki, which became the most watched Marvel premiere for the streamer after moving its release to Wednesdays. Now, look, I understand the logic, but I think you got to give Tom Hiddleston a little bit of that credit, right?
Yeah, it's not just Wednesdays.
It's not just because you moved it on to Wednesday. It's because you put this incredibly likable actor playing an incredibly likable character in the most popular franchise currently out there. It stars him.
Right.
He's the reason why it's the biggest debut.
Well, I think what they're saying is Loki is going to show up in the Turner and Hooch series.
Right. Like if you want those big numbers, you better figure out how to get him into Monsters at Work.
I mean, he probably would do a voice. I mean, guy does pretty good impressions.
I mean, it doesn't I find it a little silly. I'm not complaining given our schedule.
Well, that's why I gave it the title that I gave it. The good news for us and good news for you people.
But, I don't give a fuck about, Monsters at Work and turning the tables with Robin Roberts.
I don't even know what that is.
God, all right, yo. Whatever.
Wait, what is Short Circuit? With Johnny Five?
The return of returning shows like Short Circuit. So Short Circuit was a TV show.
Nah, that can't be with Johnny Five. I refuse to believe that. Also, Leonardo, if you've never seen Short Circuit 2, you should. There's a lovely reference to a Los Lobos Latino gang. It's hilarious. So they're saying the shift is also going to include The Mandalorian and the Book of Boba Fett. They're also moving those to Wednesdays.
All right, that's groovy. Short Circuit is animated short films.
That's very disappointing.
So there you go.
Really hoping for Johnny Five.
Moving all that stuff to Wednesday, which is fine.
I mean, look, I will say this: it does give people more time to actively talk online before the weekend hits, right? Because social media generally pitters out in that sort of like crazy active talk on Saturdays and Sundays, and then it picks back up.
Yeah, because everybody's got everything else to do.
Right. So, I mean, yes, they're correct in like, hey, why don't we release this on Wednesday? But no, it's not because it was released on Wednesday. That's ridiculous.
Like, you better put some respect on that Hiddleston name.
Right. Like, you can't just put anybody in that slot and be like, yeah, well, Wednesday's guaranteed huge night. Like, no.
Yeah. Turner and Hooch is going to be the biggest watched streamed show on Disney Plus.
No, it's not. Well, it'll be the biggest. It'll be the biggest premiere of a show with a cop and a dog who drools a lot. That is true. So yeah, but good. I'm glad it's moving to Wednesdays. That's great.
Sure. I almost forgot to watch it because I forgot it came on.
Yeah, I know. I haven't watched a new episode of The Bad Batch yet. I need to.
I gotta make sure I remember. Army of the Dead occupies top spot on Nielsen U.S. streaming charts. With an audience that was 60% male, the action outing easily won the week with 913 million minutes of streaming, which meant that it was watched 4 times. Because that movie is long for no reason.
Well, at least people actually finished this one. They didn't finish his last movie.
It went on Netflix after 1 week. The most ambitious launch yet of a pure streaming title. Look, about 18% of those who watched 8 episodes of Jupiter's Legacy also watched Army of the Dead. Based on the Netflix owned Miller World property. Jupiter's Legacy has been reconceived as an anthology. Okay. Basically, Army of the Dead was a hit.
Yep.
We were talking about this earlier, before the show started. I'm not surprised. One is dumb. And most people who have Netflix are dumb. Look, not throwing stones. I'm one of you, right?
Hello, my people.
I'm just a little more discerning with my dumbness, and the dumb things that I like. Whereas you people will just watch any old fucking thing, apparently.
Yeah, Cruel Summer or whatever.
And it was marketed very, very well, and it's got a really good premise. And it's coming off the back of all the goodwill, manufactured or otherwise, that Jesus Christ, that Zack Snyder has built up.
Mm-hmm.
I can't believe it was streamed that much, though.
Again, this is a zombie movie. The Walking Dead is incredibly popular. You're coming off of. I mean, I think there's also the notion of people wanting to see what he's going to do next after the Snyder Cut, right? Yeah, not even people saying, because I saw a lot of people saying this movie is fucking terrible, right? Those are not hardcore fans who are like, oh, I love a Zack Snyder movie. And there were plenty of people who really enjoyed it, but the vast majority of people I saw did not care for it. They thought it was bad. So my guess is those are people who were just curious to see what he would do. Now that he's, not working on superhero movies. So yeah, okay, that's fine. Look, I'm not going to
apologize for your apparently inaccurate opinion.
Did I say it wasn't going to do well?
No, you said that this movie is bad, and obviously it's not bad because it was watched a lot.
Yeah, I apologize for nothing.
That's the logic of dumb people. That's the logic of people who want to justify liking something bad, right? Like you can't just say I like it, but like you got to justify it.
Yeah, no, justify away. I don't give a shit. Screaming to the ether. This movie stunk. It was bad, and I wanted it to be good. I like a good dumb action movie. It was bad. It just wasn't good. So yeah, okay, that's cool. Good for them. I'm not mad at it.
No, I'm not mad at it. What I will be mad at.
Yo, hold on. Wait a second. I'm looking at the full top 10 of streaming things. All right. So yes, he's the king of the heap, but just know that your heap is made of garbage. Okay. Top 10 streaming, Army of the Dead. Yeah, you saw which one is on there. I know you did. That's why I mentioned it. Army of the Dead with 913 million minutes of viewing, which is quite a lot. That's a film. NCIS, 690 million minutes viewed with 353 episodes. Startup has 31 episodes and has 657 million. Criminal Minds has 310 episodes and got 644 million. Grey's Anatomy, 374 episodes, 575 million minutes. Coco Melon has 9 episodes with 517 million minutes. That's the one. I'm like, God damn it, that fucking kids cartoon is the worst. It is awful.
It's bad, man. Like, don't let your kids watch Coco Melon, yo. It'll make them dumb.
No, my daughter likes some of the things from Coco Melon, and we've just been like, we don't like Coco Melon. And so, your kids imitate you, and she's like, I don't like Coco Melon. I'm like, that is correct. like, just trying to brainwash her into not watching that. Just watch anything else. Anything else. It's awful. But it is interesting that Jupiter's Legacy was in the top 10 and still got canceled.
I mean, what does that tell you?
It wasn't worth it. Like, it just wasn't worth it to them. They're like, fucking Coco Melon is crushing it. It's got 9 episodes. So, yeah, that's super wild. So, all right, there you go.
Coco Melon will make your kids dumb.
Yeah, don't let your kids watch this TV show.
Don't let your kids watch a bunch of TV, and don't let them watch fucking Coco Melon if you do.
Yeah, of all things. Yeah, don't. My daughter's been watching Clifford the Big Red Dog on PBS Kids. She likes that one. That's pretty good. Teaches kids good lessons. There's a giant dog in it. Next up.
Stupid dog.
Dog would tear your fucking house apart. He's 2 stories tall. Don't fuck with Clifford. He's not.
Yeah, he's a beast. A big red beast.
Yeah, that's right. He's been around for 40 years.
Son of a bitch. Robin Thede and London Hughes are set to star in a Perfect Strangers reboot that's in development for HBO Max. It's a multicam reboot. Perfect Strangers Deja, played by Robin Thede, and Poppy, played by London Hughes, unexpectedly discover that they're half sisters when they both inherit a 1-bedroom apartment above a trap yoga studio in Fort Greene, Brooklyn. All right, I'm sorry. Polar opposites, they must learn how to live and work together.
What's a trap yoga studio?
It's a yoga studio for black people that has bad music in it.
I thought, doesn't trap mean like selling drugs?
What's trap music?
Drug music?
Well, then they got, it's yoga to drug music.
I don't like this.
You sipping on syrup or whatever? Do the young people still say that?
I don't know. We're old. We're old. We'll call in our young black correspondent Tiara to explain to us.
No, she's too mean to me.
That shit was hilarious. Here's the problem. Here's the problem with this. I don't care about the casting. None of that bothers me. I will watch anything Robin Thede is in, except for that show she runs. I'm just being a dick. I found one of her skits quite humorous. No, but I could see myself watching a little bit of this. But neither one of them is supposed to be a foreigner. They're supposed to both just be like, we're just from like opposite sides of the fence.
Well, I think the Perfect Strangers thing is it was just the odd couple, right? Like it didn't need Balki Bartakamus.
Yes, it did.
To be a foreigner. Like,
yeah,
it's just the odd couple.
No, but then remake the odd couple then. Don't remake Perfect Strangers. Like, the whole point of Balki Bartakamus, how dare you? You seem to be talking down on the character. Is that he was also a fish out of water, like in the city. So his cousin Larry, had to kind of step
Appleton.
in. Yeah, Larry Appleton. That's right. Had to kind of step in because he didn't, quite understand things. So I don't know. Like I would like to see one of them be foreign. Like, I think that would work well. Otherwise, I'm fine.
The one woman's name is London, so maybe she could be from England. Look.
No, but that's her real name.
All you have to do, I know, I'm being an idiot. All you have to do is
Netflix
it's in New York. It's in New York, right? I see Robin Thede playing the straight character, the Larry Appleton character.
You think so?
Yes, I see London Hughes playing the goofball character. I know that trust me, I know that Robin Thede can be a goofball, but for some reason I see her as being the straight character.
Her playing opposite. Sort of playing opposite what she does.
And I could see all you have to do is have the one of the characters be from New York and the other one be from the South.
Yeah, I get it.
I mean, it's pretty foreign down there. Like they don't, like it's a totally different world, right? And there you have your cultural, clash.
Sure.
The one thing that I'm going to see, and if this doesn't have it in the very first episode, I will not watch this series. If you do not do the Dance of Joy, I'm not watching it.
But see, that's what I'm saying. You need to have the foreign element. Like you need to have I get it. Like the cultural difference between the South and New York. I totally understand that. But if she was from like Nigeria or something, like just enough of a cultural difference, that would be major, not just inside the US. I think you could pull something like that off. They're not, whatever dance they have, it's going to be like some trap yoga thing. And it's not going to be as funny. Like it's not. And I'm looking at images of Robin Thede for research, and that's great. That's it. That's all I have to say. That's great.
Well, you don't think women are worth a damn, so
wow, really? Wow.
You're probably I wouldn't be surprised that look at that. London Hughes, British comedian.
Is she?
There you go.
All right, there you go. Fine.
There you go.
Britain's
London, Dion, Misha, Stacy, Stephanie, Estina, Nibs Hughes is that woman's name.
Wow. All right. Good Lord.
Her mother is of Jamaican Cuban ancestry.
Okay.
While her father is Puerto Rican, Spanish, and Nigerian. And she was born in London. Is that foreign enough for you?
It's not, but I'll allow it. Because London is not that crazy foreign. But
no,
but I'm okay with it. All right. That's fair. I'll take it.
She's probably got, I haven't heard her, but she probably has some super.
I hope I need her to have, I need a black woman with a Cockney accent. That's what I need.
Let me see something. She has some Netflix specials that I'm getting ready.
Hello, Governor.
Her Netflix special, the title is To Catch a Dick.
Wow.
So yeah, this woman is playing the Balki Bartakamus.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. No, that's clear now. All right. I thought she was American. All right.
Oh yeah. She's got a super. All right, hold on. Let me see. Let me see if I can put this up for you.
Here, I can play it on mine. Oh yeah, all right. No, I can hear it. Yeah, all right. And she needs to act just like that. Like I need her to be like not just accent, but the personality's got to be over the top too.
Okay.
All right, that's fine.
I'm glad that this woman is foreign enough to meet your standards
That's right.
of beauty, Jay.
Beauty is my standard. Look, Robert Thede meets my standards of beauty just fine. Like, so I'm okay. Good.
I mean, look, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I like a Black Lady sketch show.
She's so fine.
But like the reason I started watching it is because I found all of them attractive.
Yeah, I like. Look.
Like,
look, we're scumbags. I mean, but we're honest.
I look. It is what it is, man. Yeah. Like every single one of them women is beautiful to me.
No, it's not to you. Period. They are. They
are. This is not beautiful, and that was a bad segue. A Blacula reboot is in the works from MGM Braun and Hidden Empire Film Group.
Great.
The new film is a modern reimagining of the 1972 movie directed by William Crane, starring William Marshall as Blacula. The reboot picks up where the original left off.
No, you missed a word there. The original what?
The reboot picks up where the original left off.
It says saga.
The reboot picks up where the original left off after the 1973 sequel Scream, Blacula Scream, and will be set in a metropolitan city post-coronavirus fantasy. Oh, God. A description of Blacula teases how the movie will update the classic story as it follows the vampire as he thirsts for revenge. Here's the description. Blacula is an ancient African prince who is cursed by Dracula after he fails to agree to end the slave trade. Is that what Blacula was about?
That's you're laughing. You're laughing 2 days before Juneteenth. This is really unacceptable.
Yeah. I mean, God damn, yo. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Blacula is entombed and awakens 200 years later, ready to avenge the death of his ancestors and of those responsible for robbing his people of their work, culture, and heritage as they appropriated it for profit. Wow.
Now that's not how the original. That's their updated version.
That's their updated version of Blacula. Oh
yeah,
my God.
The original is he's an African prince, I think, or some sort like that, and he meets Dracula, and Dracula's like impressed by him or something, and then he bites him.
It's like, hey brother, you're gonna end the slave trade.
It's like,
like you could probably do more than for that than I can, but come here, let me suck your blood.
Okay. All right. Let me give some positives to the original Blacula versus Micah's hate. William Marshall as Blacula, like that dude was much like a lot of early blaxploitation films, like Superfly. That dude was like a thespian actor, right? Like, and he chose to do that role. He was out acting the fuck out of that movie. Like he was. Like the premise of the movie is rather silly, but William Marshall's performance was actually pretty good. The rest of the movie is ludicrous. Like it's largely very, very silly. I don't need a reboot of this. Like I don't. We already had sort of a reboot of it of sorts, which was Vampire in Brooklyn. Which I did not care for. So
yeah, that's the one I saw. I didn't see Blacula.
Yeah, you weren't on that episode of Black and Black Cinema.
Darn.
Yeah, no, you. somebody just commented on that just the other day. They were mad at us. So we didn't think it was very good. I was like, but it's not very good.
I'm looking at the plot to the original Blacula. In 1780, Prince Mawuwale is sent by the elders of the Nigerian Ibani African nation to seek the help of Count Dracula in suppressing the slave trade.
Oh, was it the same? Oh, I didn't remember the slave trade part.
Dracula instead laughs at this request and insults the prince by making open overtures about enslaving his wife, Luva,
I think it is. Yeah.
After a scuffle with Dracula's minions, the prince is bitten by Dracula and transformed into a vampire, then curses him with the name Blacula because Dracula is a racist. And
he loves portmanteaus. Hold on. I have an idea for a name. What?
And then his girl starves to death. Wow.
Yeah, you should see it.
All these African people are like, hey, come ask the whitest of the white men, literally the whitest, palest of the white men, to end the slave trade.
It's like,
of course Dracula's a racist, guys. What the fuck?
He eats people. Like, he feeds on people. Like, why would he give up like free slaves? Like, that doesn't make sense.
He's a classist, right? Like he'll eat, he'll devour and kill the poor, but he'll turn the wealthy and rich into more of him, right? Like, all right, yo. Wow. So you're not looking forward to this?
Next story.
Well, the next story is on you.
Yeah. All right. That's fine. No, I am not. Movie and TV news this week. This is my title, not yours. Sony sets the record straight on something any moron should already know by now.
Well, he's not just any moron.
He's a Netflix moron. No. Tyrese Gibson claims that Morbius claims that Morbius is set in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, which then like later that night somebody from Sony was like, no, what? Don't do that. Like, don't, because like he was talking to, I think, like comicbook.com or something, and he was like, it is a part of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, because he doesn't really know. And they just ran with it. Like, they were just like, oh yeah, no, obviously that's obviously true. And all these people were like, oh my God, no. And then they were just like, no, it's not. Please stop listening to Tyrese Gibson for facts about anything. Yeah, I don't know why this is a shock to anyone.
Yeah, I you know what's a shock to me? That Tyrese is in Morbius. I did not know that.
Yeah, he plays a police officer, I believe. Hunting Morbius.
Okay. Does he get to say his catchphrase?
Ejectocito, cuz?
That's it.
Because that should be his catchphrase, by the way.
Yeah.
I don't like Tyrese in anything but the Fast and Furious movies.
I'm inclined to agree with you.
Yeah, I don't. And he seems like a real idiot.
Yeah, I think he's not too bright. I've seen a couple like Instagram meltdown sessions. Yeah. People think that he might be like neuroatypical.
No, that feels about right. That feels right.
And yeah, but he has very hotepish kind of views on relationships.
Yeah, he's getting a divorce. How about that? I mean,
oh shit, that's funny.
Oh well.
Yeah, and he's a born again Christian.
All right. Next up. I don't know what to say without being rude. Boy, this is a great story. This is a great fucking story. This is everywhere this week. I was praying that you hadn't seen this story before this week, like before the episode, but then you had posted something. I was like, God damn it. Apparently the people at DC are real, prudes. Apparently in an interview with the co-creator of the Harley Quinn cartoon, the co-creator Justin Halpern was talking about how, you know, they were like circumventing like normal tropes and things like that with comic book television shows through Harley Quinn, which is very true. And they said, you know, but there was one scene that DC was like, no, you can't do that. Like, we're not going to allow that. And they let Harley Quinn get away with a lot of shit.
Yeah, it's an R-rated cartoon, you know, like it's not like, hey, this is not something that's for children at all.
No, not at all. And so he was explaining one moment that they ran up against the people at DC. He says, quote, a perfect example of that is in the third season of Harley, when we had a moment where Batman is going down on Catwoman, and DC was like, you can't do that. You absolutely cannot do that. They said, heroes don't do that. And so I guess the interviewer was like, Halpern says, so are we saying heroes are just selfish lovers? And they're like, no, it's that we sell consumer toys for heroes. It's hard to sell a toy if Batman is always going down on someone.
First of all, like they imagine that Batman is always going down on someone.
Right.
Like, wow. Like Batman just can't help himself.
Right. Like he's addicted to just eating pussy. Like that seems weird. Like, why would this be a thing that you were bothered by? Who cares? Like, it
you
seems
also
so
sell
silly.
Harley Quinn toys, guys.
Right. Like she says and does wild shit on that show.
Like you also sell a ton of Batman like related paraphernalia, right? Like everything. Batman is your biggest property, and you have all of the Bat characters in that thing, man. Like,
yeah, the Joker, the Penguin, everybody's in that show.
Yeah, so I don't understand the logic, man. Like, well, maybe they're being broad, and it's just like they don't have sex or whatever. But like this show is very like inclusive when it comes to LGBTQIA plus characters, right?
Very good, you nailed it.
So they like, and I'm not saying that. You know, because that's in there, then Batman got to eat pussy.
Right. Yeah. That would be a ridiculous assumption.
Right. Like that would be stupid. But like, if you are bold enough to like, I think that community is still fighting, but it's accepted a lot more, but it's still not something that people are 100% okay with for whatever stupid reason.
Right.
I mean, if you're bold enough to have those type of relationships in this show, then what's the issue?
Right. So there's like many layers to like the silliness of this, right? Like I agree with you. There's also another layer of on the, you know, and somebody pointed out, and this is absolutely true. Like in the opening book of the New 52, Batman and Catwoman fucked on the rooftop of a building. And like, she's got like his shirt up, like taking his costume off. And they're like, it's super sexual of an image. Like that was in a comic book that you sell to kids.
Yeah. You know what else Batman did in one of those DC movies? He fucked his best friend's daughter.
Right.
Like,
and again, that's not well, I guess that was more R-rated, I guess, but not really R-rated. It was like PG-16 or something.
But like he used his, like Batman is in a position of authority over her. Like he tells her what to do, yo. And
yeah, he does.
And it's his best friend's daughter, yo. Like,
yeah, it is.
This is like, and they fucked on a rooftop.
Again, yo. This guy likes fucking on rooftops, man. Like he's really into that.
So it's A-okay to fuck on a rooftop, but to fuck a barely legal on a rooftop.
Barely legal.
But you don't want to eat a black woman's pussy? Like, get the fuck out of here, yo. Get the fuck out of here. I think it's because Catwoman's black. Get the fuck out of here. I'm making it about race
on the eve of Juneteenth. My God. So I actually have I've got a little bit of Batman's response as to why he feels the way he does. So hold on a second.
I believe a woman should praise the man, the king. If you holding it down for your woman, I feel like the woman should praise, and the man should praise the queen. But my way of praising is called how was dinner? You like the house you living in? You like all them clothes you getting? I'm taking care of your family. I'm taking care of my family. Putting in the work.
So you saying you don't go down?
Nah, never.
All of that to say you don't go down? Come on.
You don't eat the box?
Come on, Khaled.
Oh,
you ain't no food.
Nah,
I thought that's what Hold You Down was about.
Nah, well, I don't. You know what I'm saying? Like,
never in life, or did you try it and didn't like the taste?
I don't do that. I don't.
Not even like for her birthday?
Nah, listen,
Christmas?
She gets I put in that work. My work is great.
No, it's
you know what I'm saying? Like, I do my thing.
So now if she told you she don't do that, is that okay?
It's not okay because you know what I'm saying?
I'm confused. So
you gotta understand, I'm the Don, I'm the king. You know what I'm saying?
she's
Everybody's
the queen.
the king of that house, huh?
She's the queen.
Huh?
Of course.
So
I don't do that.
I don't do that.
I've never heard that interview.
Oh, you never? Oh my
I've
God!
never heard it. I've only seen transcripts of it.
Yo, DJ Khaled is a fucking idiot. Man. I don't do that. I believe you should praise the man. But what if she don't do that?
I praise her by asking her how she liked this lavish lifestyle.
Right.
That I'm giving her. What the fuck?
Yo, and you look at his wife and you're like, oh, I'm sorry. Like, you just disappointed all the time.
Oh man,
that's fucked up, man. Be an adult.
She getting it. She getting it. She getting it in from somebody. Somebody that don't look like DJ Khaled.
Look, I'm gonna tell you right now. I don't believe DJ Khaled. I don't. I believe DJ Khaled, much like the dudes from The Sopranos who were like, they don't eat their wife's pussy, and then like behind the scenes they do because they think it's not macho or some shit, right? That was like a big thing on The Sopranos. I'm willing to go
one step beyond. I think DJ Khaled gets dominated by his wife.
I don't do that.
He gets dominated. Like, he gets pegged.
And
yeah, absolutely, because he is way too adamant about like nope, don't do that.
Here's the thing, the level of destruction to your career by saying I go down on my wife. Zero. You're an adult. Right. You lose nothing. Like,
hell, if anything, you might gain a fan base.
Yeah, women are like, oh, damn, okay, DJ Khaled. But that's crazy to me. Like, that's crazy to me. You're an adult. Like, that's a wild statement. Like, no, and then to be like, she has to. What kind of hypocritical shit is that? I believe the woman should praise the man. If I was her, I'd be like, you never getting a blowjob. Go fuck yourself.
That's 100% Batman's mentality, right?
You think Batman? You think Batman is he's all about me, not you type of shit?
It depends on who's voicing or who's playing Batman.
All right,
you've seen the meme going around.
I have. Okay, let's go through this. Adam West.
Adam West doesn't, because it's the 60s, man. Like, that's...
But not like free swinging 60s?
No, that ain't... No, no, he grew up. He had his formative years in the 40s.
Oh, no. Gross. Never.
Right. He ain't... Nah.
No, he can't.
He ain't have his teenage years in the 60s.
Yeah, all right. That's fair. But he's definitely... He's definitely living the DJ Khaled life. He is expecting...
absolutely.
He's expecting
absolutely.
I believe
he is not going down on Robin. He is expecting Robin to go down on him.
Right. Like an adult.
Yes.
Which Robin is not. Let's see. Michael Keaton's Batman.
Michael Keaton's Batman is weird. Like, I'm going to disagree with the meme. The meme, I believe, said that Michael Keaton does not I think that Michael Keaton does, but it would be weird. Like, he would be too intense.
Yeah, I was gonna say he's way too into it. He's way too like, dude, relax. Stop telling everybody about it. We know. Yeah, like Vicky Vale called. She was very impressed, but she's also creeped out.
Right. It was like, you weigh a little more than 108. Like, I can like
because he was a psycho. He's a psycho.
It's too intense.
You're just fucking relax. George Clooney.
You're skipping a Batman. What's his name? Val Kilmer.
Oh, that's right. Kilmer was before him. That's right.
Yeah. I'm trying to find the actual meme because I want to see what the actual meme says, to see if I agree with it. I know for a fact they were like, Michael Keaton, no. Yeah, I think they said Val Kilmer wouldn't.
No, I think they said Val Kilmer definitely would.
I think they said Val Kilmer wouldn't, and that George Clooney says he would, but actually doesn't.
Yeah, right.
Would Val Kilmer do it? I think so. Val Kilmer's Batman is a little goofier, a little loose, right? He's got nipples on his suit. Like, I think he would do it, but wouldn't necessarily. I think he would do it with no problem, but wouldn't be like excited for it. You know what I mean? He would do it and then just be like, am I dumb? You know what I mean? Like couldn't wait to stop. You know what I mean?
Right.
The George Clooney Batman, 100% agree with the meme. Says he would, doesn't.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
Kevin Conroy. Before we
we're throwing Kevin Conroy in?
Yeah, you have to.
Kevin Conroy, I think, him being the perfect Batman, I think he would be the perfect lover. I think he knows what he's doing down there. He's got that voice, right? So he can kind of like, I'm into it, you know what I mean? Get everything vibrating and shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's got he can do it because he's got that voice.
All right. Bale.
Christian Bale. Whenever I think Christian Bale, I think he would be. I think he would, but again, it would be a different type of intensity. It would be like a schizophrenic intensity. It's like, fuck, I don't fucking feel like doing this, right? And then he makes you mad, and then he would be like Jody from Baby Boy. And just try to and like you pissed her off, and she's mad, and he's just like, come here, and then he'll fucking do it just to calm you down, so that you get off his back. You know what I mean?
That's fair. Ben Affleck.
Ben Affleck, if I remember the meme correctly, Ben Affleck Batman said that he would do it like it's his job.
That feels right. That feels right.
I'm inclined to agree with that.
That man got a second chance with J-Lo.
Yeah,
Ben Affleck is doing what he needs to do.
Yeah, he doing something.
Lego Batman. Will
Lego,
Arnett.
We doing Lego Batman?
Yeah, all Batmans count. I feel like Will Arnett is doing it. Look at that smirk. Right?
Yeah,
he's got the voice.
I think he would, but I think he would be too busy telling jokes or making a laugh. You know what
I
mean?
No, that's true.
Doing it. Like he wouldn't focus. You know what I mean?
So I think what we're saying is Ben Affleck is the most serious of the Batman. Oh,
when it comes to like, he takes it serious.
I got one more.
Selfish love.
I got one more. Terry McGinnis.
I don't want to talk about that because Terry McGinnis is a teenager.
Okay, that is the correct answer. that is correct.
And then there's the other, and then there's Twilight Batman.
Robert
Again,
Pattinson.
Yeah, again, I think
it's a level of intensity.
Yeah, there's a certain level of intensity there that is different from Michael Keaton's like hyper focused intensity, and different from Christian Bale's like manic like intensity. But at the same time, I feel like Robert Pattinson doing it would not be. I think he would use too much teeth.
That's pretty fucking funny and disturbing. Yeah. I don't know. This is all horrible. This is all horrible.
What a wild conversation that was.
Yeah, very much so. All right, there you go. Ben Affleck, King of the Heap. Next up, Disney Plus and Netflix next challenge, shaking off slower streaming growth. So apparently, as people are supposedly heading back to the theaters, Netflix and Disney Plus are bracing for a major slowdown. Do you think that's going to happen?
What?
Just like people kind of, I think it's a panic over nothing. Sort of now that they don't have people's kind of undivided attention at home, that's going to matter a lot. I think maybe initially, but I think that'll calm down soon after.
No, I don't think. No, I don't. I mean, you might not be getting like phenomenal numbers, which is probably another reason why Disney is going to start releasing these things on Wednesday and not Friday, when people generally go to the movies.
Yeah, that's smart.
But no, Netflix has been around forever, for a long time, and neck and neck with movies. So no, I don't think that. I don't think that anything is going to really happen. I'm curious to see how long Disney is going to do this, offer it on Disney Plus, or you can go to the theater thing.
Right after December, yeah.
I can't imagine. I can't imagine that. You think after December? I don't think that. So I'm taking that as you thinking that they're going to offer Shang-Chi on Disney Plus. I don't think so, man.
Maybe not. I honestly, let me rephrase that. I think around December is where everything will be fully reopened again. I think that probably anything like November and later is a safe bet to say it's theaters only. My guess is Eternals, Spider-Man, any of that. All of that's theaters only.
Yeah, that's only in theaters.
I think Black Widow is going to be the only Marvel movie you ever see that you can get same day.
I agree. I agree with that, and because this streaming thing is nice, but come the summertime and the wintertime, like it's time to make $1 billion.
Right, yeah, no, we're not messing around. That's like pittance bullshit. Like they rode very thin for a whole year. Nah, it's time to get back to business. Like let's get it started. Yeah, I mean, look, the talk is that there'll be a vaccine for kids like 2 and older around September. By November, nah, that's it. They're going to give you about 2 months to get those kids vaccinated, and they're done. They're done. Like, that's your problem. That's not their problem. And I think that's fair. Like, I don't think that's unreasonable. But I think it would be crazy to say Black Widow would be theaters only right now. Like, it would be irresponsible. Also, a lot of people are not going to bring their kids. And that's where you get people bringing 5-6 kids with them, and like, you make a ton of money. So, yeah, you just wait till December or whatever. Because what is it? Eternals is like November, I think. And then
I think so.
And then Spider-Man is December. Nah, you ain't getting Eternals at home. Like, you can fucking forget it. Nope.
No.
Anything coming out after October is a wrap for you. So yeah, that's fine. I mean, this article is like Disney Plus and Netflix are really like bracing for this this issue. And I guess it's, I don't run a giant corporation, so like any little marginal thing can feel like a huge squeeze, I imagine. But I don't know. I mean, they're going to probably have to fork up some money to make some things that really keep people at home. But look, just keep doing what you're doing.
I have no doubt that Netflix is not going anywhere.
No,
Netflix is so like it's just a common. It's a part of American culture now.
Yes,
everybody has a Netflix account.
Right.
And there's literally they have so much content on there that appeals to such a wide swath of people that I don't think they're going anywhere. Disney has the Disney name. And when you think Disney, I don't know about you, but when I think Disney, I automatically think children.
Yeah, absolutely.
The only thing I watch on Disney Plus is the Marvel shows and some of the Star Wars shows.
Right.
And not even all of the Star Wars stuff. So I think it's no one, I can't imagine anyone says, hey, it's Friday night, let's fire up Disney Plus to see what's on.
Not me. Not if you don't have kids.
Not if you are of a certain age.
No, I'm not like watching. They have a trailer for like a Wolfgang Puck documentary. What the fuck do I care about that?
Yeah, I forget that I have it.
Yeah.
Except on Wednesdays and Fridays. So.
Right. And look, there's enough Star Wars things coming. There's enough Marvel things coming that will keep me on board. Like, it is what it is.
Yeah, that's it. And
I paid the 3-year deal, so I'm getting it like a crazy deal. It's like less than $4 a month. So, like, what do I give a shit? So yeah, I don't think it's going to be that big of a squeeze. I think you're likely to see some slowdown with some people pulling back from streaming. I can understand that, but for the most part, when people get streaming services, they just generally just keep them. There's not a lot of people like cutting things off and turning things back on. Like, they just don't. It's just not a thing.
Yeah, everyone says they do. I'm curious to see who actually does, right? Like,
their numbers keep going up. It can't be that
right. People were like, "Oh, The Mandalorian's over. I'm going to cancel my Disney Plus and wait for it to come back." No, you're not.
No, you're not.
No, you're not.
Nobody's that diligent. People are just not like, hey, what are you setting a calendar? Like, no, let me let myself know to cancel it after this. No, you're not. No, you're not. It's fine.
People can't even remember their anniversary. You're going to remember to turn off and turn back on, a streaming service. Plus, it just feels like too much work.
It does, even though it's incredibly simple.
Yeah, I mean, you probably just do it with one button. I'll never know because I've never had to turn it off.
Right. I'm rich. What's your superpower again?
I eat pussy.
Like, really well. Compared to all other Batmans throughout history. Oh, Adam West. That's sad. Grew up in the wrong time, buddy. Here's another story I care deeply about. Lin-Manuel Miranda responds to the In the Heights colorism criticism by saying, quote, "I'm truly sorry." Apparently, he forgot that dark-skinned Afro-Latinos live in Washington Heights in New York. And as a lighter Latin man, he decided to largely cast lighter people. As I said on the latest episode of Black and Black Cinema, I am not mad at people for being mad at this. I tend to probably even agree with you. Haven't seen In the Heights, but I'm going to take you at your word that you're correct. This is not my fight. My cup is full. I cannot be upset about this. And that's not to say it's not important. I just don't truly care. Like, I just don't.
I mean, those people have the same issues that we have.
Yeah.
And, I understand that you can't please everyone, right? Because if it was the other way around, then
we'd be
lighter skinned people would feel left out, right? Because their ethnicity is called into question. Like, they feel like their ethnicity is called, like, I'm black too. Right. So I really don't know I really don't know what to say about this. I mean, he says that he's going to listen and I guess I have to take him at his word. He gave what seemed like a sincere apology. I don't know, man. I get everyone wants to be seen, but I truly do get that everyone wants to be seen, but sometimes you're just not. Like we're so like everyone is so tribal, right?
Yeah.
Like, and I understand like representation matters. I get it. Trust me, I get it. But this isn't a documentary, one, and I don't
look.
know,
I mean,
I'm really trying not to make people mad,
right? Like that's what I'm saying. Like I'm not saying that people are incorrect. I'm just saying that. Like you made a perfectly good point on the Black on Black Cinema episode that we just did, 40-year-old version. It is a young people's game to be upset about every single thing, and I don't have the energy, man. Like it's exhausting. It's exhausting, and that doesn't mean you're wrong. It just means I'm exhausted. Like because it doesn't stop. Like so. No, keep fighting, man. I got no problem with that. I really don't. I get it, right? Like if you don't ask, don't get, right? Like yeah, absolutely.
If you gotta remind people like I exist. Like show like the world needs to know that I exist. I get it. And saying things like, well, you should make your own movie then. Like that doesn't work. That's not an answer. That's not, that's fucked up is what that is.
Right.
But, I mean, like, didn't someone who starred in it or produced in it, who was a light-skinned Latina woman on The Late Show said something to that effect. She was like, well, I guess you're damned if you do and damned if you don't.
Don't do that.
Like, you can't say stuff like that, man.
That's too flippant.
Yeah. Like you gotta hear people. You gotta hear their plight. Yeah. You don't necessarily have to do what people ask of you, but you can at least listen.
Yeah, I hope that I can't say whether Lin-Manuel Miranda is listening to them, right? Like he wrote an apology, he didn't equivocate, which is a positive. My thing is, can you say anything that will appease people?
Not in the
immediate, right?
Yeah, like you have to, the thing is, people are going to remember that apology. People are going to remember it. And the next thing you do,
you got me. Oh, like he better do In Brooklyn. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you got to do something with a bunch of brown skin, darker folks. Like, you're just gonna have to.
And look, but here's the thing, though. No, you don't.
No, he doesn't. But otherwise, he's gonna.
Just be ready. But this is a critique on art, and just get ready to bear the brunt of that critique if you're not going to change. If you don't want to, change your artistic vision for what this light-skinned Washington Heights is,
right?
Or change. Like, I feel like they should do what they want to do. Like, if they have a vision and if they because it's incredibly difficult to make a movie. It is. Like, you can be on the outside and be like, so no dark-skinned people were good enough. None. You couldn't find one.
I mean, there's like I'm looking at this video, and like there's mad, like not mad, but there are dark-skinned people in this movie. Like there are. It's just not as many as people would like to see, and that's fair. Like that's fair. I don't know. I don't live in Washington Heights.
Right. But at the same time, like, I would like to see Dr. Doom in Washington Heights. I'm not going to get that. And like, that's very flippant. Like, that's very, like, I get it.
That's a very white man's response.
I apologize. But at the same time, like,
But I do want to see Doctor Doom.
It's what I want to see, right? Like you can't cater to the masses. You just have to do what you are going to do, and you'll have your supporters, you'll have your detractors, but. Like, I'm not trying to make excuses for this, right? Like,
it sounds
really
like you are.
not.
Sounds like you are.
I'm really not. I just don't like young people, and I don't like. The fact
I'm not trying to make it. I just don't like young people.
I just don't like young people, and I don't like the fact that they don't. People tend to not see the other side of things, right?
Yeah, that tends to be a thing.
Like, maybe they'll name, like, people will name a bunch of people who are like, well, this person should have been in the movie, and this person and this person.
Yeah, don't do that. That's silly.
Well, what if that person just didn't want to be in it? What if they did come to them and they just didn't want to be in it?
Yeah, you don't know.
What if they, and it's like that with everything, with every type of representation, right? Like, I saw one of my favorite game series is Mass Effect, and you can have like relationships in Mass Effect, and you can have heterosexual relationships, you can have homosexual relationships with a wide variety of characters.
Right.
But there's a fan favorite named Tali, and Tali is only available to a male protagonist, and people were mad because they like Tali, but they want their female protagonist to be in a relationship with them. And it's like, I mean, I get it, but like, what if Tali's straight? Like, what if this made up character is straight?
And just is what it is.
And just is what it is.
Well, the question is, are there gay characters that are just gay, or do they?
Yes, there are gay characters that are exclusive to a female protagonist.
Then who cares? That's it. Then the rest of it is a mute argument to me. Like,
right.
Yeah. If it's equal on both sides, then it's not unfair. Like, it's just what you want and you're not getting it.
Right.
That's life.
And that's my thing. And maybe I'm just really sensitive about it because I have a petulant child right now. But I cannot take that. I cannot take that from grown-ups. I can't right now. I have to deal with it. I have to deal with it with this little boy over there. Like, I can't.
But I want it.
That type of, right. Like, I can't take that mentality from a grown up right now. I just can't. I understand it, but
shut up.
You can't always get what you want, yo. Like, just shut the fuck up.
Look, trust me, I also get that. It's just one of those things where, again, like, I feel like sometimes people like to ignore like previous information that they know because it doesn't fit with a narrative. And that's not to excuse Lin-Manuel Miranda's casting in this movie. Not that he was a casting director, but like, he's ultimately responsible for it and he should take the brunt for it. So again, I'm fine with people criticizing him. And again, I believe you. Like, I'm not going to watch it in the Heights, but I believe you. I believe that you're correct that there's not enough Afro-Latino folks in it. That being said, like, this dude just got done making Hamilton. like it's not like the guy has a problem with black people or like dark-skinned people. Like, he cast Leslie Odom Jr. to play Aaron Burr, arguably one of the biggest characters in the movie or on the play, next to himself, right? Like, hello. So it's not like this guy has a history of like not casting people of darker shades of color. Like, that's not true. Like, it's not true. And I feel like people
is in that movie.
What's that?
Corey Hawkins is in.
Yeah, he's on the fucking cover.
But he's not Afro-Latino, I guess, so it doesn't count.
It doesn't count. And look, that was only their argument. Not that black people weren't in it, Afro-Latinos weren't in it. So at the same time, like, I feel like we don't, a lot of times, and this tends to happen, and I think sometimes we can be very hard on ourselves about shit like this. We have to give people an ability to fuck up, apologize, and come back. You have to. Because if you just go, fuck Lin-Manuel Miranda, this guy is done, and he shouldn't be making plays anymore, like, He's one of the most prominent voices on Broadway who's a man of color. That's important. That doesn't mean you can't criticize him. Doesn't mean don't call him out for his shit. But don't be like, fuck that guy forever. That's silly to me. Yeah. Now, if he, like, every time he does one and it's like, this movie is about Brooklyn with all light-skinned Latin folks, you'd be like, all right, there seems to be a pattern of an issue here. But that doesn't seem to be the issue. It's a fuck up. Like, label it as that. You're not okay with it. Call it out. Rightfully so. Move on. That's just the way life is. So if you're expecting a miracle, are you expecting them to put out the Lin-Manuel Miranda cut of this with, digitally replacing a bunch of people? They're not. Like, it exists, and you can be not okay with that. Like, that's totally fine. So again, just put Dr. Doom in it next time, and Michael will apparently be happy with you. And I sent him the Fortnite video of Dr. Doom dancing, so he's he can do all of this stuff.
Yeah, he can do all them dance moves. I'm sure he can sing.
Through his mask.
I might watch this movie. My wife said she enjoyed it. I might watch it. The problem is that this movie is 2.5 hours long.
I will not be watching.
And I don't know if I want to watch a 2.5 hour long movie with a bunch of light-skinned Afro or Latin people in it.
That's your issue.
Because they're light-skinned.
Yeah,
and I don't see myself in it. Like how fucking stupid that sounds. Like I don't see there's no black people from Baltimore in it, so I don't see myself in it. So I don't know.
You're just cruising to make your people mad, man.
I am because I can't stand this 2-year-old mentality.
Welcome to the internet.
Yeah. Just don't support it. Don't support it. Just don't support it.
Yeah, that's all you have to do. Just don't support it.
Don't support it. You can even vocally not support it, right? I would prefer that you don't support it silently, but
I don't want to hear anything
because that's what I do. But I'm not telling you not to. You should voice your opinion.
I just don't want to hear it.
and I will silently not support your opinion.
Very good. Absolutely.
I'm just playing, y'all. Well, sort of.
All right, let's talk about question of the week.
Oh, question of the week. What do
you would think he'd be prepared for this.
You would think so, but it hasn't been done in a long time. Thanks, Jay.
Somehow this is my fault.
What are your thoughts / impressions / theories for Loki? Gregory says, I think the show has its tendrils in Doctor Strange, Multiverse of Madness.
Doctor Strange's mom.
And the new Ant-Man and the Wasp. I'm so damn ready. I'm loving the...
Read it as it was written.
I'm loving the cream procedural. I'm loving the cream procedural feel of the show. And Loki is the Hannibal. Obviously, Gregory meant crime, but I follow Gregory on Facebook. He is getting in shape, and this cream was a Freudian slip because he is dreaming about all the food that he cannot eat anymore.
Right. I'm not watching Dick Wolf's new cream procedurals. I refuse.
Macho franchise, who I believe is Malcolm.
It is Malcolm.
Wasn't interested at first, but you guys, your review kind of sparks my interest. Also, Jay, again, congrats on your twin Anthony Mackie hosting. Keep up the good work, everyone.
Yeah, I think he hosted like some award show or whatever.
Gustavo, our resident soccer fan, says, my theory for the latest episode of Loki. At the end, we're going to see Scarlet Witch involved because she's trying to find some kids to abduct, and it will cause a madness in the multiverse. Get it? Madness in the multiverse, or multiverse of madness. And then he deuces out.
Am I right, guys?
Vic Bear says they are slowly preparing people for the concept of the multiverse, and the possibilities are exciting for them doing Fantastic Four and X-Men. I didn't even think about that.
Yep.
ultimately, it's going to make more people mad than satisfied. I agree with that. I see it now with people driving themselves crazy, theorizing that this or that person will be on the show. It'll be a Mephisto 2.0 situation when the series ends with only hints of new people showing up in future projects. I kind of agree. I hope you're wrong, but I 100% understand your logic and reason. Anthony says Mr. Fantastic and Mephisto will show up clearly. And Brian says, loving it. My guess is that there's no more timekeepers. If there ever were, the whole thing is an elaborate setup for, I'm not sure yet, since we've only seen 2 episodes. But Gugu definitely knows more than Morbius.
Yep. Agreed. She's a timekeeper. All right. There you go. Just a couple of responses this week. All right. What the fuck brought to you by JTD?
Head of world's largest family dies, leaving behind 39 wives and 94 children.
Nigeria.
No, this is your people, or your wife's people, in India. He lived with his family in a vast property with around 100 rooms in Baktwang, a remote village in Mizoram. Ziona Chana had 39 wives and 94 children and 33 grandchildren. That's it? 33 grandchildren? All of whom lived together in a 4-story pink house with about 100 rooms.
Jesus Christ.
The 74-year-old was the leader of the local Christian sect, founded by his father in 1942 with current membership of hundreds of families. Ziona married his first wife when he was 17 and claimed he once married 10 women in 1 year. They share the dormitory near his private bedroom, and locals said that he liked to have 7 or 8 of them by his side at all times. This guy don't eat pussy, do he? I mean, he can't. Like, he would get...
his jaw would be broken off. Are you kidding me? Nah, this guy's not bad, man.
Yo, I can't imagine having all of these. Look at this family photo.
Yo, this picture is insane.
It looks like a class picture.
A very crowded class picture. That's too many kids, man. Too many grandkids. That's too many.
That's a lot of people there, man.
Can you imagine being married to more than one woman?
No,
dude's like, I need to get multiple wives. Why? Why would you want that? No.
I'm
disappointing one enough.
Right. Like, this has to be like, this type of marriage has to be like common law, right? Like, there's no like contract involved in these type of with this guy.
Yeah,
right?
You're not leaving. Right, you're not leaving with nothing.
Right. Like, I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know why you would want more than one spouse. Period. I don't care what sex you are. That's crazy. I don't want all these people in my house. The fuck out.
I mean, he lives in an estate. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but you are the resident Indian of the two of us.
Yes, I am married to an Indian woman. Yes.
Yes, and by the
transitive properties of the universe.
As we all know, when one, this is why Batman don't eat pussy, because when you eat pussy, all of the thoughts and memories and existence travels from the vagina directly into the mouth, and is dispersed throughout the body, making you Indian. So
right, that's how the juices work.
Yeah, that's what squirting is, guys.
That's the premise of Mark Wahlberg's Infinite. That's the same thing.
It's late, guys.
It's very late.
So you are Indian. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but traditionally, Indian people do this, right? Not get like
get 39 wives,
4 wives or whatever, but like they live in generations. Can live,
multiple generation houses. Yes, that's correct.
So
that's very common.
So
I've seen it here.
I'm not surprised here. I've seen it in New Jersey.
Yeah, like my friends of mine that black guy, Indian wife.
Yeah. Oh,
they did.
Together?
Yeah,
happy family.
But you know what they did? Like they were like, you guys stay here. Your brother and his wife and kids stay here, and they all lived under one like really huge, beautiful house. And you know what they did? They looked out for each other, and they were like, don't worry about paying rent. Save your money so you can buy your own house. And that's what they all did. And now he's opening a fucking business in Silver Spring, like a building. Like, yeah, because they save money. Look out for each other. Smart.
There you go.
We should probably think about doing those kind of things, except for Americans want to kill their children eventually. So
they regret having them. Like, Jesus Christ.
No, that wasn't America. That was in Australia.
Oh, that was in Australia?
Yeah.
Oh, I 100% believe that there are a bunch of people here that think the same way. But.
Yeah, that article pissed me off, and so I shared it with you immediately. I'm mad, now you be mad. Fuck you. I'm not gonna be miserable alone. Fuck you. Yeah, that's insane. Don't use a condom or I don't know, a sock or whatever, dude. Just knock it off. It's fucking nuts. All right, here we go. A mom of 10 babies is a side chick, apparently.
India.
No.
No, I'm just joking.
That's fucking rude. News of a woman delivering 10 babies at a local hospital may have grabbed headlines all over the world, but also sparked questions over its authenticity. The woman reportedly gave birth to 10 babies, 7 boys and 3 girls, which led to public appeals from the government for information about the mother and her children after it failed to find medical records at a hospital, both public and private. But for now, there's a new twist to the story. Another woman has approached the news, claiming that the baby's father is actually her husband. She told the publication that this man started seeing that other woman who gave birth to 10 kids behind her back in 2020. Quote, he even went as far as going out almost every evening and returning in the wee hours of the morning. When he started his escapades of going out at night, I confronted him about the cheating. I told him that this person he was seeing was either staying alone or residing with her parents. At the time, I didn't know who she was. He ultimately impregnated her. Yeah, he did. I recently learned that she was pregnant with 8 children. She also has other children, including triplets, apart from the twins the media has reported about. My husband even asked for prayers from his church for his girlfriend to give birth to healthy children. Any guesses as to where this is?
I'll
give you a hint. My husband even asked prayers from his church.
Oh, Africa.
There you go. Yeah, threw some motor oil on it, made it work.
Sprayed some bug spray in her mouth, and then sat on her face and farted on it.
You're gonna have healthy kids now. Thank you. You should not be near people. Yeah, this is in South Africa.
South Africa.
This is where Charlize Theron is from. Yeah, that's insane. 10 kids at one time.
Nah.
And you have triplets? No.
Goodness gracious, yo.
This woman is incredibly fertile. Like, that's nuts. No. I can't imagine, like, when I see people who have, like, twins or triplets, I cannot imagine. I can't imagine. At the same time? 3 at the same time? God damn. Yeah, that's, oh my God, that gives me a fucking headache thinking about it. And I got one, and that's a lot. That's a lot.
Yeah. Yeah. I got one for now.
Oh, that's crazy. Good luck with that. Can't believe you guys are gonna get 7 more kids. Good luck. Trailers this week. Micah, you want to talk about Pig? New Nicolas Cage
Pig
movie?
is a new Nicolas Cage movie that I'm probably not going to see, to be quite honest with you. A truffle hunter who lives alone in the Oregonian wilderness must return to his past in Portland in search of his beloved foraging pig after she is kidnapped. This movie stars Nicolas Cage, and it's a serious Nicolas Cage movie, so those aren't fun. And that's why I'm probably not going to watch this.
I disagree. I think this is going to be a completely, like, I'm hoping for a John Wick turn for this movie.
Nah, I don't think so, man. I think the tone of this is too, the way people cut trailers nowadays, they don't try to bait and switch you anymore.
Right.
Like, what you see is what you get. And if there was going to be something crazy, like I feel like unless this is like all within the first 20 minutes, I feel like you would have seen at least a hint of it. And I'm not getting that from this trailer. So I would not be checking this out because I like Nicolas Cage, but I like Nicolas Cage when he is come to play. Not when he's come to work, when he's come to play.
That's fair. That's fair. So check out the trailer for Pig. Next up, Dr. Death. And I linked directly to the article instead of just to the trailer, which is in the article, because I wanted to read the premise for this. Dr. Death is inspired by the terrifying true story of Dr. Christopher Dunch, played by Joshua Jackson, a rising star in the Dallas medical community. Young, charismatic, and ostensibly brilliant, Dr. Dunsk was building a flourishing neurosurgery practice when everything suddenly changed. Patients entered his operating room for complex but routine spinal surgeries and left permanently maimed or dead. As victims piled up, 2 fellow physicians, neurosurgeon Robert Henderson, played by Alec Baldwin, and vascular surgeon Randall Kirby, played by Christian Slater, as well as Dallas prosecutor Michelle Surgit, set out to stop him. Dr. Death explores the twisted mind of Dr. Dersh and the failures of the system designed to protect the most defenseless among us. Apparently this was a really popular podcast, as well, which is weird because the trailer is like 50 million downloads, which is a really weird thing to talk about for a trailer for a movie. What do you think of this trailer?
It's a Peacock original.
Yeah.
I mean, the premise is interesting.
Yeah, I thought so.
I don't know about, like, was it a podcast first? Like, was it one of those weird things where it's a narrative podcast?
No, it was
converted into a film.
No, it was. I mean, it's a real story. Like the podcast just covered it.
Okay. Because the last time I saw something like that was the show called Homecoming on Amazon Prime.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I did not care for that show.
Yeah, I couldn't get into it.
I think that podcasting is a medium that is good at a certain type of storytelling that doesn't necessarily translate. But if the podcast is only just talking about this, talking about the true story, and this is the dramatization of it,
right?
Then yeah, I'll check it out. I have a Peacock account, so whatever.
Isn't Peacock free?
Peacock is free, and then they have 2 tiers. But the free stuff, you're not going to watch this for free.
Right. No, of course not.
You're going to watch like some of the live television for free.
I see.
And then they have the $5 tier where you can watch all of this crap. And then they have the $10 tier where you can watch it without commercials.
Got it. All right, cool. Yeah, I think it's a super interesting premise. I'm down for it. Last but certainly not least, How I Became a Superhero. This is a French, I believe it was, movie coming to Netflix in July. The premise here is who are the real superheroes? In a world where humans and superheroes coexist, a lone wolf cop teams up with a brilliant detective to dismantle a dark organization trafficking superpowers. It looks interesting enough. It looks like it has better special effects than Jupiter's Legacy, which is kind of interesting. Or like it does. I mean, from superhero powers, it does. I'm not even just saying that to be a dick. Like I think it does actually look like they handle the powers a little bit better. But it looks interesting. I mean, I don't know if it'll be good, but I like the premise. The premise sounds cool.
This is going to be something that a tremendous amount of people are going to have to tell me that this is really good.
Right.
Well, I'm going to have to hear that this is phenomenal. I'm not going to bother with this.
I'm going to have to be reminded this is out. Like I can tell you that right now. The chances of me remembering are probably super low. So this is July 9th.
When is it?
July 9th, I believe.
Oh, July 9th? Yeah, no, I'm not watching this.
Why?
You know what I'm watching on July 9th? Black Widow. Get out of here.
Oh, yeah. Hey, guess what? Guess what we're watching on Monday, buddy?
Is it Monday?
Yeah. Fast
What
9.
time? Is it during the day?
No, I don't think so.
I need you to find out because I need to take off if that's the case.
No, I think it's in the evening. Yeah, Mike and I will be seeing the screener for Fast 9 back in an actual theater. Oh,
yeah.
shit.
Yeah. Oh, you know what I did see? I watched the first episode of High on the Hog.
Oh, how was that? I heard that was really good.
I mean, do you want to cry? Because it hits you in the feels, man. I just watched the first episode, and it was very good. I like the documentarian, Steven Satterfield, and he starts the documentary. So this documentary is about the influence that African Americans have had through their food on American culture.
Right.
And the first thing they do is they go to Africa because it's like started here.
Yeah.
So this is where we're going to go. And it's like they go to certain places in this documentary where, of course, it's not just about food, right? Like,
of course, never is.
Right. And it's something that will fill you up with pride. Okay. And people are, and then at some point people are like, I don't understand why our food, African food, is not talked about in the same vein that like European food is, like French cuisine is, like Italian cuisine is, like, and the food is beautiful. Like if you're looking for food porn, this is it, man.
I am always.
This is, yeah, man. Like this is really good. And, it's a documentary that takes itself a little more seriously. I watched the first episode of Fresh Fried and Crispy, which is, I saw a black dude looking at food. So I was like, all right.
I'm a black dude who looks at food.
Yeah. And that was okay. It was inoffensive, but ultimately it's kind of vapid.
Right.
But High on the Hog is, yeah, go ahead and watch it. And then get the feels in that first episode.
All
so
right.
Yeah, I gotta finish watching that.
All right. That's cool. Yeah. That was something that was definitely appealing to me. All right. That's it for us. We'll be back next week. There is going to be a new One, we'll be back next week with a review for Fast 9. Two, there is going to be a full trailer for Snake Eyes comes out Monday for folks who are not aware. So looking forward to that because the last one was 53 seconds. So it'd be nice to see a little bit more. But look forward to that, and we will see you guys next week.
See you.